What's happening? Welcome back to No Wooden Nickels. Hey, a lot of us grew up in organized religion. You know, Islam. Christianity, uh, Judaism, Buddhism. etc. Whatever the case. You know. However, um, this video is going to be centered around the angelic realms. I'll be reading out of a book by the name of the Kabbalah. Um, there are more than one Kabbalah. However, if you're not familiar with or have never heard of the Kabbalah, I suggest you look it up. This one is labeled The Kabbalah and Magic of Angels. I figured I'd get back into some spiritual stuff, basically because I've took a dive so deep into the legal aspects of information on the channel. However, if any of you guys that follow me or watch these videos, excuse me, are interested in knowing more about, the aspects of spirituality, what it looks like, what it consists of, and what it pertains to, there'll be a message in this video for you. So, wanted to get that out of the way before I did my disclaimer. That way, you would know if you wanted to give this video more of your time or not. So with that being stated, I'm going to get the disclaimer out of the way and go ahead on into the reading. Alright, so my content's for educational purposes only. Can't stress enough for you guys to do your own research. Praise my content and the errors you find or become aware of, throw in the comments. None of us have been alive long enough to know all that transpired in the past, and none of us can live long enough to know all there is to learn. Alright. This is chapter 9 of the book that I described to you guys. It's labeled The Angelic Realms. If we were all like angels, the world would be a heavenly place. Anonymous author. So let me go ahead and get into it. The universe is controlled by immutable cosmic laws, and those laws are angels. We only know some of the cosmic laws because there are many that have yet to be discovered. Among the known laws, there are 10 that are directly responsible for the maintenance and the working of the universe. Those 10 laws are defined with the ruling angels of the 10 Sephiroth of the Tree of Life. These 10 laws are of great importance in the practice of angel magic because they tell us what the angels control and what angels should be invoked to attain a specific goal. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and give you, I'm gonna show you this chart. Hopefully you guys can see it. I'm gonna hold it there for a minute. You can pause and zoom into it. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. The law of electromagnetism is one of the four basic forces of the universe. The other three are gravity, the strong force, and the weak force. As we have seen, electromagnetism is responsible for practically everything that exists. It was created at the time of the Big Bang, if that's what you believe in. I understand that, the conquerors have written and decided what history would be. So, just had to throw that disclaimer in there for those of us that do not believe or prescribe to the Big Bang. Excuse me. Pardon me. All right. Together with time and space. It is the beginning of creation. That is why it is associated with Kether and the Archangel Metatron, upon whose cube the universe was created. Electromagnetism is expressed in the form of all radiation, including visible light. It is the first point of light of the Ein Sof or manifested as the beginning of the created universe. 2. The law of inertia basically says that an object will keep moving or stay still unless something else influences it to do otherwise. As a basic example, when a car is moving at a certain speed, all the objects in the car, including the driver and passengers, are moving at that speed. When the car stops, the objects inside continue to move forward unless an outside force like a seatbelt acts upon them. Understanding the basic principle of inertia helps us comprehend the way many objects in the universe behave. In many ways, inertia is non-action capable of action when compelled by an outside force. That is why it is identified with chakma. Excuse me. The second sephira of the tree of life and the archangel Raziel. Chakma is the sphere of ideas that have not yet been manifested in the material world. Raziel holds the key to its mysteries, which he revealed in the famous book that bears his name. Number 3, the law of probability is the chance that something will happen. No, the law of probability is the chance that something will happen. In math, the definition of probability is a numerical measure of the likelihood of an event. For example, if you want to take a blue marble out of a bag containing 1 blue marble and 5 red marbles, the probability that you pick a blue marble is 1 in 5, or 20%, referring to everyday occurrences. Aristotle said that the probability is what usually happens. Everything is possible, but not everything is probable. Probability sustains the logic of the universe, where anything can happen, but what generally happens is based on established laws. This is why we can send probes into outer space. We are relying on the law of probability. It is the basis of our technologies and every human decision. The law of probability is defined with Bina, the third Sephira of the Tree of Life, and the Archangel Tzapkiel. In this sphere, the law of inertia and non-action, we find Chakma is changed into probable action. Everything is possible in Bina, but only the probable will happen. Nothing has happened yet in the material world, but the seeds of probability have been planted. 4. The law of cause and effect is the relationship between an event, cause, in parentheses, and a second event, effect, in parentheses, that is the result or consequence of the first. Everything in the universe is based upon this law. Because is the explanation of every effect. Because. Okay. You be, something is or be as an effect of a cause. Is the explanation of every effect. Everything happens for a reason. When we consider the law of cause and effect, the first thought that comes into mind is a first cause. This is known as the cosmological argument, which attempts to explain the origins of the universe as the work of an unconditional or supreme being, usually identified as God. The basic premise is that something caused the universe to exist, and this first cause must be God. This argument has been presented by many theologians and philosophers over the centuries, including Plato, Aristotle, the St. Thomas Aquinas, and the St. Thomas Aquinas, or Aquinas. In modern times, the cosmological argument has been expressed in 3 axioms. A. Whatever begins to exist has a cause. B. The universe began to exist. And C. Therefore, the universe has a cause. This first cause is at the core of the law of cause and effect, because it is with this law that the universe came into existence. The law of cause and effect, as identified with Chesed, the 4th sphere of the Tree of Life, and the Archangel Zadkiel. It is in Chesed that the material world is first manifested. Now, when they talk about the Tree of Life, let me just show y'all something real fast. Okay. Real fast, so that way I don't have people lost. If you've ever seen this is represented as the Tree of Life. Okay? Tetragrammaton. No, I'm wrong in that. I'm not absolute in that, so let me scratch that. But, what is it called? The Tree of Life. This is exactly, hold on. Oh, but they took the dot out. Okay. They took the dot out. Oh, okay. Don't mind what I just said. That statement was made off of other knowledge relevant to this topic. Okay. Let me see. Okay, in the material world, the universe is the result of progressive evolution of electromagnetic radiation, the light of the Ein Sof Or, into the first swirlings of thoughts and ideas in a state of inertia, which are finally expressed as a cosmic plan and based on the logic of probability. These three laws or three spheres are the matrix of the created universe, which is first manifested in the fourth sphere, also seen as the world of cause and effect. They are the cause. It is the chesed that the cosmic plan first comes into effect and things begin to happen. Stars, planets, and galaxies are formed. Our own world comes into being. Zadkiel, the archangel that rules this causal sphere and all it contains, he rules, potentates, people in power, abundance, and prosperity. Number 5, the law of momentum refers to moving things. It is a product of the mass of an object and its velocity. Momentum is why the driver of a car applies the brake to reduce the velocity of the car or to stop it. The car has gathered momentum and will continue to move forward even after the driver stops accelerating. The greater the mass of an object, the more the momentum. It is harder to stop a large tractor trailer than a small compact car. The law of momentum is identified with Geburah, the fifth sphere of the tree of life, and the archangel Camiel. Once the law of cause and effect, represented by Chesed, has started its cosmic motion, it gathers power and continuation through the law of momentum, exemplified by Geburah. Camiel, who rules this sphere, is the personification of divine justice and great power. He rules legal matters, violence, and war. Quick side note, people. You know, some of us, a lot of us were taught that angels were, these beings of light that were, all positive, all, love and light. But I want to be the first one to tell you, based off my research of literature and documentation in, accessible to the public. The angels put in work. No feelings. They have no decision. You get on the wrong side of universal law or spiritual law, it's about your ass. It has nothing to do with likes, love, hate, none of that shit. So just wanted to throw that little sidebar in there. Okay. Okay. Number 6, the law of gravity is the force that pulls together all matter. The more the matter, the greater the gravity, which is why stars and planets have such great gravitational pull. As we walk on the surface of the earth, it pulls us and we pull back. But because the earth is more massive than we are, we stay on the ground instead of floating into outer space. Gravity also depends on the distance between objects. That is why we are stuck on the surface of the earth instead of being pulled away into the sun. Which is why many more times the gravity of the earth, which has many more times the gravity of the earth but is too far away to affect us. Gravity is not just the attraction between objects and the earth. It is an attraction that exists between all objects everywhere in the universe. It is the sun's gravity that keeps the earth in orbit. It is the pull of lunar gravity that controls the ocean tides and the flow of blood in our veins. Gravity is the result of the union of the law of cause and effect and the law of momentum. It keeps the universe in motion. And it also works with dark matter to maintain stars, planets, and galaxies in the harmonious balance. In a harmonious balance. For the reason it is equated with Tefereth, the sixth sphere of the tree of life, which is in the center of the tree beneath Kether, the first sphere. Tefereth is identified with the sun, which is at the center of the solar system, and it keeps its planets in steady orbits through gravitation. Raphael is the ruling archangel of this sphere. He is the solar angel who is said to stand in the sun. He rules worldly riches, fame, and good health. The law of change and stability is expressed. This is number 7, y'all. The law of change and stability is expressed as dual complements of the fundamental unit of energy. Change and stability are total opposites but are inseparably interlocked. They coexist simultaneously and are relative to each other like the two halves of the yin-yang symbol. They are the essential driving forces of the existence of nature of our universe and all it contains. Stability, the factor that generates the continuous existence of the universe, is the primary force of this duo. Change is the secondary force. Without stability, nothing could exist for more than a split second. And without change, things would forever remain the same. But when the two are joined together, everything is not only possible, but probable. The law of change and stability is identified with Netzach, the seventh sphere of the tree of life, which is the victory of matter, energy, through the unifying force of gravity. Through Netzach, things change, and their changes are stabilized to maintain the order of the universe. The ruling archangel is Haniel, a meditating force who brings harmony to the world. He rules love, friendship, and the arts in angel magic. Number 8, the law of equilibrium is a state in which no change is taking place. Something in a state of equilibrium would be considered to be stable, balanced, or unchanging. The concept is very important in all the sciences, influencing everything from mathematics, biology, and chemistry to the study of the universe. The law maintains the principle governing the law of change and stability, which is why it is identified with Had, the 8th sphere of the tree of life, and the archangel Michael, who holds a scale in his hand to symbolize the balance of the Sephira. Had is the sphere of practical magic, contracts, studies, and all paperwork. Number 9, the law of fluids refers to any substance that continuously flows under an applied shear stress, that is, anything that presses on it or presses it forward. Rivers flow to the sea because of gravity, and because their origins are higher, like waterfalls, and provide the shear stress that make the water flow slightly downhill. Fluid is oh, excuse me, let me take that back. Rivers flow to the sea because of gravity, and because their origins are higher, like waterfalls, and provide the shear stress that make the water flow slightly downhill. Fluid is often used as a synonym for liquid. The the fluidity of a liquid, how fast it moves, depends upon its viscosity or density. For example, water flows faster than honey, and honey faster than lava. The law of fluids is identified with Yesod, the ninth sephira of the Tree of Life, and the Archangel Gabriel. Yesod is in the middle of the Tree of Life and is the result of the union of the law of change and stability and the law of equilibrium. Yesod rules the moon, which in turn rules all liquids. Gabriel is the ruler of the water element. Rivers flow through gravity, which is directly over Yesod. This sphere and Gabriel rule the mind, dreams, travels, the mother, and the family. Number 10, the law of conservation of energy states that the amount of energy in any given system remains constant over time. A consequence of this law is that energy can change its form, but can neither be created nor destroyed. This is also known as the first law of thermodynamics. As mass and energy are the same thing, according to Einstein, this means that matter particles, such as atoms, can be converted into non-matter forms of energy, such as a light or heat, without affecting a total mass of the system. This means that all energy created at the time of the Big Bang still exists, albeit in multiple diverse forms. That is why the law of conservation of energy is identified with Malkuth, the 10th sephira of the Tree of Life, and the Archangel Sandalphon. The energy that poured out through the initial point or singularity at the time of the Big Bang, equated with Kether and Metatron, has been preserved and manifested through the outpouring of the other spheres and into the receiving sephira, Malkuth, the physical earth. It is here that the initial energies of Kether are finally expressed and manifest as the material world in all its wonders. Sandalphon, the ruler of the last and 10th sphere, is the twin brother of Metatron, the ruler of the first. This sphere rules all material things. It is here that magic is created and realized. Okay. I'm going to read on to the end of this page, and I'm going to say the rest of it for the next video. Because, this goes on for some time. Oh, let me see how many pages I got. All right. From the 10 laws and the 10 sephirot, the angels with which they are identified, we can readily see that the first 3 spheres are outside the physical realm. Matter had not yet been created at those exalted levels, where the radiation of electromagnetism, the law of inertia, and the law of probability had not yet yielded a physical manifestation. It is only when we reach the law of cause and effect with its first probable cause in the sphere of Chesed that the world of matter began to reach physical reality. The law of momentum in Geburah gave impulse to the law of cause and effect in the creation of matter. The law of gravity in Tifereth held matter together. And the law of change and stability in Netzach created a stable diversity in the universe and nature. The law of equilibrium in Had reasserted the stability and balance of the law of change and stability. The world of matter was then both diverse and stable. The law of fluids made the created forms flow downward, preserving them in the actual physical world through the law of conservation of energy. The Creator's cosmic plan had finally been realized in all its glory, and it was through the angels, which are the sentient, intelligent cosmic laws, that the plan was realized. All of this happened within the framework of the time and space continuum because space and time were created together with the universe. Whereas space is where the universe was formed, time is the measurement of its existence. Time may be an illusion, but it is necessary to regulate and to record cosmic and earthly events. We have designated specific measurements of time that permit us to do that. We measure time in seconds, minutes, hours, days, months, years, decades. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, I know y'all hear it, but it is what it is. We measure time in seconds, minutes, hours, days, months, years, decades, centuries, millennia, and eons. We speak of eras, centennials, bicentennials, and jubilees, all with a time frame. Yeah. Excuse me. All within a time frame. We also have seasons and seasonal festivals and observances, among which are the solstices and equinoxes. All of these are ruled by angels. And in a different part of the book, let me see, figure 21. Let's see. Figure 21. Oh, okay. Figure 21. Figure 21. Figure 20. What I just do? Let me see if I can get it back. Let me see if I can get it back. Okay. Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. Figure 21 is from where my middle finger is on down. I'm going to hold it up to that way you guys can take a look at it, pause it, look at it, you know. And if you feel the need to document it, then by all means handle that. Okay, now I was going to cut it short, but I'm going to go ahead and read it, right? Because it's starting to get a little interesting. The days of the week are ruled by 7 of the great archangels, all the great archangels also known as archons. Sunday ruled by Michael for the sun. Monday by Gabriel, moon. Tuesday by Camiel, Mars. Wednesday by Raphael, Mercury, my sign, my ruling planet. Thursday, Zadkiel, Jupiter. Friday, Haniel, Venus. Saturday, Cassiel, Saturn. The hours of the day are also ruled by angels in the following order, starting on Sunday. Damn, I need more water. All right. 1 a.m. by Michael, Archangel Michael. 2 a.m. Archangel Haniel. 3 a.m. Raphael. 4 a.m. Gabriel. 5 a.m. Cassiel. 6 a.m. Zadkiel. 7 a.m. Camiel. Excuse me, y'all. Hold on. Gotta get some water. All right. That's what I needed. Something to drink. All right. So, let me get back to it. All right. The hours of the day are also ruled by angels in the following order, starting on Sunday. I think I just did that. Yeah, I did. I'm going to do it anyway. 1 a.m. Michael, 2 a.m. Haniel, 3 a.m. Raphael, 4 a.m. Gabriel, 5 a.m. Cassiel, 6 a.m. Zadkiel, 7 a.m. Camiel. The angels are then repeated. 8 a.m. Michael, 9 a.m. Haniel, 10 a.m. Raphael, 11 a.m. Gabriel, 12 p.m. Cassiel, 1 p.m. Zadkiel, 2 p.m. Camiel, 3 p.m. Michael, 4 p.m. Haniel, 5 p.m. Raphael, 6 p.m. Gabriel, 7 p.m. Cassiel, 8 p.m. Zadkiel, 9 p.m. Camiel, 10 p.m. Michael, 11 p.m. Haniel, 12 p.m. Raphael. Okay. Well, I only got like 2 more pages, 2.5 more pages, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish reading. The angelic hour cycle begins at 1 a.m. on each day of the week and ends at midnight. The hours from 1 a.m. to 12 p.m. are considered day hours, while the hours from 1 p.m. to midnight are considered night hours. Each of the 7 angels rules his day at 1 a.m. to 8 a.m., 3 p.m., and 10 p.m. Thus, Michael rules Sundays at 1 a.m., 8 a.m., 3 p.m., and 10 p.m. Gabriel rules at 1 a.m., 8 a.m., 3 p.m., and 10 p.m. Camiel rules Tuesdays at 1 a.m., 8 a.m., 3 p.m., and 10 p.m., and so on. In order to establish a strong connection with these powerful archangels, a simple ritual is recommended by Kabbalists. Choose one of the 4 hours ruled by the archangel, and every day at the same hour invoke the archangel of the day, asking him to grant you his protection and your desires. After the invocation, eat a small piece of bread and drink a small glass of sweet wine. Bread and wine are offered in the consumed in all magic rituals to earth the ceremony and bring it to fruition. Nah, I think, yeah, I don't know if I want to. Alright, y'all fuck around if y'all want. You know, I'm only saying that because I know a lot of y'all like, you know, trying to fuck around, do your little kitchen magic, you know, your little evil eye, and you know, thinking y'all know what the fuck y'all doing. Free will, natural consequences. You fuck around if you want. You know who you fucking with though. That's all I'm gonna tell you. So I'm gonna go ahead and read. You know, do what y'all will. This custom goes back to Melchizedek, king of Salem, and the priest of God Most High, who blessed Abraham and gave him bread and wine after winning a battle. That's found in Genesis chapter 14, verses 18 through 20. Psalms 110:4 also mentions Melchizedek, where the victorious ruler is declared to be a priest after the order of Melchizedek. This is also the main reason why bread and wine are offered during Catholic masses and during the ceremonies of Orthodox churches, not only as symbols of the blood and body and blood of Jesus Christ. Angels also rule the four seasons. Spring is ruled by Spugliel, summer Tubiel, autumn Torquoret, winter Atarid, and the 12 months of the year. January Gabriel, February Barkiel, March Machidiel, April Asmodel, May Ambriel, June Muriel, July Verkiel, August Hamaliel, September Uriel, October Barbiel, November Adnachiel, December Haniel. In the practice of angel magic, one begins each day by invoking the names of the angels of the season, the angel of the ruling sign of the zodiac, the name of the angel of the month, the name of the angel of the day, and the name of the angel of the hour. For example, on July 4th, that falls on a Sunday at 9 a.m., one begins by invoking Tubiel, angel of summer, Gabriel, angel of Cancer, Verkiel, angel of July, Michael, angel of Sunday, and Haniel, who rules at 9 a.m. on Sundays. These angels are petitioned to protect the person and guide him or her throughout the day. The equinoxes and solstices are very important in the practice of angel magic and all kinds of magic because they start the four seasons and create natural changes that result in the release of immense quantities of energies. These energies are of vital importance in the practice of angel magic, which channels and transforms them through the powers of the angels to achieve the things we desire. The spring or vernal equinox takes place on March 20th in the northern hemisphere, and on that day the sun enters into the sign of Aries. Day and night are of those no, day and night are of those of the same approximate length. In the southern hemisphere, the spring equinox happens on September 22nd. The summer solstice takes place on June 21st in the northern hemisphere, and on that day the sun enters into the sign of Cancer. This is the longest day of the year and the shortest night. In the southern hemisphere, the summer solstice happens on December 21st. The autumn equinox takes place on September 22nd in the northern hemisphere, and on that day the sun enters into the sign of Libra. The day and night are of the same approximate length in the southern hemisphere, and the autumn equinox happens on March 20th. The winter solstice takes place on December 21st in the northern hemisphere, and the sun enters into the sign of Capricorn. This is the shortest day of the year and the longest night. In the southern hemisphere, the winter solstice happens on June 20th. The equinoxes and solstices are ruled by the four elements and their four archangels. Spring equinox, Aries, fire, Michael. Summer solstice, Cancer, water, Gabriel. Autumn equinox, Libra, air, Raphael. Winter solstice, Capricorn, earth, Uriel. One more page, y'all. During spring, the earth awakens from its long winter sleep, and through the fire element, it warms itself and renews all life on the planet. The archangel Michael rules the earth's awakening with the blossoming of flowers and the welcome sound of bird songs. It is a time of hope and new beginning. Angel magic done during the spring concerns new things, new plans, new enterprises, and especially love. During summer, the water element and the archangel Gabriel refresh the earth and bring us the seasonal fruits. New crops ripen and get ready to be harvested. It is a time for the achievement of many goals and the realization of hopes promised by the spring season. Angel magic during the summer, especially concerns travels, communications, loans, contracts, and anything one may desire, because the solstices are very powerful. During autumn, the air element and the archangel Raphael brings us the gathering of the harvest to begin to cool the earth. Leaves change into vibrant colors, and temperatures begin to fall. It is a time for reconciliation and gathering the fruits of all magic rituals. Angel magic during this season concerns health issues, asking for raises and promotions, and asking for special favors. All right, y'all, last page. During the winter, the earth element and the archangel Uriel bring rest and solace to the earth. Leaves fall from trees, birds fold their wings, and all nature's creatures curl in their secret lairs, and the earth sleeps and recovers its strength in preparation for the next spring. It is a time for meditation and quiet repose. Angel magic during the winter concerns all money matters, business transactions, selling and buying real estate, settling court cases, and generally improving one's fortunes. The winter solstice gives special power and stability to whatever is desired. The angel rituals conducted during the equinoxes and solstices should take place at midnight on the eve of the festival. Samples of rituals for the equinoxes and solstices will be given in Appendix 4. As we have seen, cosmic laws are identified with angels who carried out God's plan for the creation of the universe. The divisions of time as days, hours, months, equinoxes, solstices, and seasons are also ruled by angels. But according to Kabbalah, there are other divisions of time that go beyond the ones we are familiar with. They are known as cosmic days and cosmic nights. A cosmic day is followed by a cosmic night, and each lasts 36 years. Wow. The last cosmic day ended in 2007, and it was followed by a cosmic night that began in 2008 and will last until 2045. Cosmic nights are marked by strife and disturbances on the earth, both natural and human. Excuse me. Because the negative forces of the Qliphoth are particularly strong during these cosmic periods. This happens because Qliphoth entities function better in the darkness of the night. This cosmic night is ruled by the feminine aspect of God known as Shekinah, and the angel that works with her during this dark period is Metatron, with whom she is identified. According to the Talmud, Metatron is the direct link between God and humanity, and he is charged with the sustenance of the world. This is the angel that will help sustain the earth during the cosmic night that just started, and it is he whom we have to invoke as our principal guide and protector. All right, well, that concludes that chapter, and I know a lot of y'all, well, I'm assuming that a lot of y'all were not privy to this type of information, and it's probably going to disrupt some people's belief systems based upon what they were taught in organized religion. However, I said at the beginning of every video, none of us have lived long enough to know all that transpired in the past, and none of us can live long enough to know all there is to learn. Knowledge is a process you can't live long enough to complete. So, as is always, it was my hope to bring some type of enlightenment to my viewers, and hopefully I have no dark practitioners on my subscriber list. But, in the event that I do, any magic, dark magic sent my way, or any ill intent sent my way, return to sender. So with that being stated, y'all be easy. Good evening.